Hello and welcome back to Nuts About Design, the amazing podcast from Pistachio, all about everything within the design and creative world that we live in. This time we are talking to the lovely Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte.
Hello, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's always good, always good. She's a copywriter who has worked with us and supported with us for over 8 years.
I know, that's crazy, isn't it?
8 years.
Because I thought that the other day, because I started with you guys in-house when it was 2017, September, I think.
Wow, so that long ago.
I know, and then obviously like COVID, you kind of erase those years and you're like, actually that was 5 years ago.
I know. It makes me 5 years younger.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah, so actually I'm still like 31.
Yeah.
Exactly. Amazing. Yeah. Love
absolutely. That. I'm still in my 40s. It's absolutely fine.
I mean, that party that you threw last year, Marie, that was your 40th.
Exactly. I think, time should be rewritten.
Exactly.
So today's chat is the all-important relationship between copy and design and finding the perfect relationship and balance between the two.
Wow.
Very insightful, Charlotte.
Well, the idea was, I think we saw that meme, someone shared it on your Slack, one of the Slack channels on Pistachio, and I think it was the Spider-Man, that everyone uses, so they were looking at each other, wasn't it? Or something similar, or a cowboy one where it was like a copywriter and a designer, what comes who's providing the creative first.
Yeah.
And all the designers are all laughing at it, haha. And then I was like, no, it should be copy first.
Yes.
I think it's bonkers, and obviously we'll get into it, but for me personally, how I work, there's very few projects I've ever worked on where I would have to give copy to design after the concept. It seems strange.
It is a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Because your whole idea of the concept should be based around the creative copy, which is you're a creative copywriter.
The messaging, and I think even at concept level, you've still got a messaging framework, so there should still be a copywriter in that room. It might not be me that's working on the final copy, but before it comes to the designer, they've already should have done that conceptual stage, so you've already got placeholder copy. It's not, I don't know if it's more it's just how I work, but maybe it's more of an American, like the ad men, Mad Men, ad men, where they're just throwing stuff on a canvas, and then they just have the copywriters there smoking fags, drinking whiskey, and then they're go away and think of words. But we don't really work. I mean, obviously, I don't know. We
wish we still work like that, but it doesn't.
Maybe I do still work like that.
Maybe on a Friday. Maybe on a Friday. I think from a designer perspective, which obviously I am, it always does make our lives easier if that sort of stuff was sorted before it gets to us. Usually, though, it's the client, as always, that kind of
doesn't get it,
wants to see stuff before they actually give you anything. So sometimes it is a bit like fishing.
Do you get that a lot then? Do you... Because I say it's really rare that I've had to retrofit. Yeah. But do you guys have you had it where they're go and there's nothing, and they're
yes,
do this advert and then figure out the stuff after?
Yeah, I mean, I've had stuff where they've literally said, well, we want something that looks like this. And you're like, well, excellent. Can I have some content, please? And they'll go,
or just
no,
any messaging.
Yes, or any kind of brief would be really helpful.
And I believe you're talking about briefs with Lee, aren't you, on your podcast?
Yes,
so it's
absolutely.
going to be very interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
So I think briefs are so important, but I think there should be. I think we've done our brand pyramid recently, which is all about the order you should be doing things. It's the whole, do you want things fast, quick, or cheap? You can only have
the
two
classic,
of them.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want it done right, or do you just want it done?
Yeah, exactly. And I think part of that is that doing it right and getting the content right in the first place.
Yeah, I think as well, sometimes, and it obviously depends on the experience of the client or the account manager, but sometimes there's, and I'm sure you have it your way with design as well, but there's they devalue the amount of thinking time something takes. So it's just like, it's
Yeah.
not just words per minute. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, it's just a few words. You just get someone to put a few words on this advert.
It's similar
and
with research.
Yeah.
Well, why do I need to do research? I know what my competitors do, but do you?
Yeah, and it's like, do you want... It's just there might be 3 words on this headline, but that doesn't mean it's going to take you 3 seconds to do it. So they kind of sometimes... Maybe the ad copy gets devalued when actually it's such a key part of the creative process. And
as a dyslexic person, I learned a long time ago that I had to put any copy through about 3 different things to make sure that I didn't have a 48-sheet poster that had a massive spelling mistake on it, because the copy is important. It's the first thing that people read and see, but they take it for granted, I think.
Yeah, because everyone obviously writes every day, don't they?
Yes.
So everyone goes, oh, I can write, I can do that, but it's not the same as the skill set. It's the same way people might draw and sketch and doodle and use Illustrator, but it doesn't mean that like...
Or can use Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop, exactly. They can do it the same way you can.
So, creative progress with egos. You know, you've got to love a designer ego, haven't you?
It's not just designers. I hold my hands up. Like, when you're dealing with any creatives... and it is mainly, you know, your creatives or your writers or your designers, there are egos.
There is always an ego,
as we know. And yeah, I think what's interesting that goes back to the copy or design and that, you know, that kind of symbiotic relationship. It's like knowing when, you know, when to give your input, when to be like, when to, you know, lean into someone else's vision and to not take everything personally.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's like for me, I think that just comes with experience, because, you know, writers can be really sensitive, but you're writing for someone's brand, you're writing for a client, like, and it's, you don't have to, you know, not everything has to be your vision. Like, it's supposed to be collaborative, isn't it? And
yes,
you know, designer's going to come out for a different angle, so it's not exactly how you imagined it. That's okay. Yeah, and like, do you know what I mean? It's okay. You don't have to like go in. The infighting shouldn't be between these 2 elements. Like, you should be a united front to the client.
Yes, absolutely.
Figure that out between yourselves. And
I do think the whole point about being creative and putting everything into being creative is sometimes you put too much of yourself into there, and then you kind of, it's your baby. And, you know, I'm a bit like that with our brand, but everything else I can, let go, because I'm like, well, at the end of the day, it's what they want.
Client. Yeah.
And I always, as I'm looking, I constantly look at everything. I am always, everything is designed to me as I kind of, I see a lorry, you know, I see a poster.
So beautiful.
I know. The every logo colours still triggers me every time I see it. It just looks like basically the client and a committee has designed it. Well, I want everything all in once.
Yeah, and it's the feedback, which I know obviously you got the design team more than au fait with, like the too many cooks syndrome, which I know irks you a lot. But it's the same, like a lot of clients, no offence to them, but you know, it's like that thing of dread when they're like, oh, I'm just going to put it through internally, like through so many people. And then there's so many markups, and a lot of the time people, it's like knowing when to give value and when to not. Like, I think a lot of people like fighting for the mic, aren't they? Like to be, just to say something, to seem like they're involved or that they've got something important to say. But sometimes like there's more value in sitting back and going, that's okay, actually.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't require my input. Well done. Like,
I do think that a lot of people want to take ownership, and I think ownership is very important. It is one of the things I think that causes some of the friction, because, you know, do we say, you know, do we have an A or an an in there? Because, you know, then I've written the copy, you know, it's I think. Yeah,
or like, if there's the value's not in this, you know, in the like little grammar or spelling errors, but and people go, oh, this should be that, whatever, and it's like, but it's cool, thank you for doing the proofreading, but did that get you to where that's not what got you to the final product? The same with design, when they're like, oh, can you just move that? Yeah. And they're like, well, I did it. Yeah, exactly. I did that design.
Yeah. Can you just move that 2 nudges to the left, and then it'll be perfect.
And then well done. You tried your hardest.
So, how to maintain the right relationship? How do we strike the right balance?
I think from my end, again, it's definitely learning on the job and experience. I'm different to how I was like 10 years ago, even like a few years ago. I think sensitivity is really like not being so sensitive.
Yes. I think I was awful to work with in my 30s. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I was probably...
you just get better.
Yeah.
Is that you telling me that I'm awful to work with?
No. No, I'm actually holding my hand up.
Which is fine.
That, quite frankly, I was probably horrible. But I think it definitely comes with age or experience. Is you learn to roll with the punches a lot more, and you just learn to not take it personally.
It's exactly that. That's all it ever comes down to, because whenever there's any back and forward, you're like, with design, it is really just to do with people thinking that you're attacking their skills, and it's like, it's not, it's just...
I think also working for yourself makes a big difference, because all of a sudden you are in charge, as in you've got to keep your client happy directly. When you work for somebody else, it's not, there's that buffer there, isn't there?
Yeah, for me, it's so much easier being a freelancer, because I can just take a step back and go, that's okay. If Paul says, can you change this? No problem, Paul, because he's dealing with the client. I don't care. I'm not on your payroll. It's fine. Like I have to keep, like you say, I've got to keep everyone happy, the agencies I work with, the clients. So that for me is a massive anxiety reliever.
Yes.
But then obviously not everyone can work like that, can they? So
no,
there's
definitely not.
Different ways that people have to. Do you think? You manage designers. How well do you think they do it? Taking feedback and striking the right balance.
I wouldn't like to say
with the other writers.
I wouldn't like to say. To be honest, I don't have. I obviously work quite closely with you because we are very kind of brand led, and I love the way that you write, and I love your sense of humour, because it's very Pistachio.
Well, it kind of grew together, didn't it? Like it's just very.
And I'm hoping it makes it kind of more fun to write. As a designer, I think what you always want is loads of different things. You don't want to have to do the same thing day in, day out. So that's one of the fun things that we had with our brand, was the fact that, we could actually put our design spot on it and do something a little bit different instead of everybody always telling us what to do. It's quite nice actually sometimes to, but also having...
Then we don't really have friction. That again, that's what you just said. We don't, when working on the brand, the Pistachio brand, because it's fun and we know it, there's not that friction between design and copy. Not at all. I think obviously I work a lot in tech. Pistachio has a lot of tech clients.
Yes.
We do see a lot of repetition
in
terms of not just copy. Because there's no way getting around it. Like it's so similar. A lot of the ad,
the Internet of Things was big.
Oh my god, just all the buzzwords and like that everyone wants to use, and then some people like some and not the other. But even the iStock imagery is really similar. So we are just churning out sometimes.
I don't think it's necessarily churning out, but I think it's just the fact that when you work within a single...
That doesn't make us sound very good.
When you're working in industry, I think that when we started Pistachio, we never wanted to work in just one industry, because we had done that before working for other companies. And the fact over the years that we've worked for Polo Company, we've done, or Team even... Club,
education as well.
Education and just so many different things. There has been some food along the way. There's been varying different things, and that's what makes it interesting, I think, for a designer. Not to say that we don't love actually doing the IT stuff, because sometimes it's quite nice to the tech stuff. It's quite nice to then try and push it a little bit. So you've kind of got
different.
You want to stay within the genre, so to speak, but there's being able to push it slightly, and that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, and again, I guess I'm just saying that because I work a lot in tech, whereas you guys have you get to do like more exciting things. And that's my own fault. I've just slipped right into
There you
it.
go. There you go.
Yeah, it can be more exciting sometimes if you've got like a cool company and they're willing to like trust to do different things, and that does make a difference. It's corporate, when it's really corporate across any industry, that's when it can feel a bit monotonous.
How do you feel that freelancing has changed you or made you work differently?
It's made me, I just think the quality of my work is better because, like you said earlier, I'm responsible for myself.
Yes, yeah.
And that's just how I'm just better driven. If I do a bad job or it doesn't land, then they're not going to work with me again. So
yes,
you have to get
absolutely.
You have to do it. And it just gives me, people, I think it works for people or it doesn't. Some people will always be more motivated, employed.
Yes.
And I just know that that's how I couldn't be happier, and how like I just feel like I'm getting more value out of my work and people are getting more value out of me. That's how it's changed.
But I think it gives you the
output.
flexibility, like when you travelled and you did work at the same time.
Yeah, and to choose obviously like but to still choose what you get out of bed for, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And to go, okay, well I can work from last year we went interrailing around Europe, and it was like, well, I can still do this exactly the same.
Yeah.
And this is wonderful. Again, I'm conscious, that's not
a full time. Yes, but it's also not like sustainable all the time. But it's nice that you've got that.
It's the option.
It's the option and the flexibility to be able to do that sort of stuff.
Having the option definitely makes me work better because I can see nothing's forever. Like, I think my problem is if I feel like I'm stuck in something, I get a bit panicked, or if things start to feel a bit monotonous, I feel like I'm not doing, that's...
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before. I've just gone and worked somewhere else.
Just a change of... Even just, like, working from a different...
Absolutely.
As we say, like,
yes.
It makes such a difference to your, like, output, doesn't it? Like,
it does.
You don't have to be in the office every day. You shouldn't be at home every day either. You should be like moving.
It is a conundrum, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard. I get it. It's the flexibility, and we're lucky. Obviously, we're in a day and age where it can be flexible. But I understand there's obviously other things at play, isn't there?
Yeah,
we have to be mindful of. But sorry, I've gone really off topic.
No. I purposely went off topic. I do love chatting to you, Charlotte.
Thanks.
Or Shazza. We won't say that because you're mother.
I know. My mum will be like, what? Sorry, Diane.
We don't want to upset the mothership. So what do you see as the next challenge for writers and designers working together? Oh, and AI. We haven't crossed that. Maybe that should be our next podcast together.
We should do one on that, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of wrote that in the notes because as like an afterthought. And my only thoughts on this, it's obviously, we're all utilising it, but I think the only problem with maintaining that like balance between writer and designer with AI is if, say, one of them has lent too much on AI.
I think you can tell.
And they haven't engaged.
Yeah.
So that when it comes to feedback, you're going to delay the process because they've just put it through AI. If they've rushed
I honestly,
they haven't really engaged with it on a real level, and say you're not going to be able to have an authentic.
I think to a certain extent, designers are fundamentally artistic, but also many of them are kind of dyslexic, and actually they want the words to be given to them. They don't necessarily want to work with AI, and I think especially at the moment when you use it, you can tell that an AI has written it. I think you can tell it kind of loses that personality, and obviously that might change in the future, but I mean,
it's definitely getting better, but then it's like what you've as well, like you can train it to I use it to speed up like my admin and like research, but you shouldn't ever just be like not checking that or because it has got better, but then there's so many tells. Like I heard an advert for LinkedIn on the radio a few days ago, and I was like, AI wrote that because they use the same opening on so many things, and I was like, LinkedIn. Come on. You can afford to pay a copywriter. Like, just what? It was just so, just like the tropes.
I think there's some great things, and I think that, it fits in with you, like you say, using it for admin or for even to get your thoughts straight, maybe.
Yeah. To speed up those are sort of like mundane tasks.
I know I have a friend who, when she was doing her law degree, she used to actually start every essay with a bunch of swear words. So that
you've said this before, yeah.
So that she had
something on the page.
Something on the page, but then she had to remember to take them out before she submitted the work.
That is my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Like, if I get frustrated with something, I'll sometimes then write a shitty, just an expletive that comes out of my head, or fuck this shit. And then and then you press send, and you're like, oh my god, is that still in there? I'm just gonna read it halfway through. That's how you know it's not AI.
Well, thank you, Charlotte.
You're welcome.
We've had a lovely chat as always.
Thanks for having me.
Always love to have a chat, and we'll have to get you back, and we'll talk more about AI. I think
the robots,
the bots taking over.
What's going to happen?
I actually did see something, just as another side note, on LinkedIn about the fact that they're saying that now people are wasting hours and hours of electricity being polite to AI. And
I've
saying
started
thank you and please.
Being very polite because I want to be spared.
Yeah. When they come for you.
Yeah, definitely. One of the,
Our robot overlords. So anyway, it was lovely talking to you.
Thanks. It was lovely being here.
And so if you have any questions for Charlotte, or any questions even for me, as usual, if you can just email them through to hello@pistachiodesign.com. And we'll be back soon with another one. We have several lined up. We have Emmy talking about design. We have Lee talking about briefs, and from kind of more of account manager perspective instead of my designer side. And so look forward to chatting to you again soon, Charlotte.
Thanks. You too. See you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye.